love our theme song. It's the best theme song.
Yeah, I love our theme song too. It makes me happy every time I hear it.
Yes.
Which is a lot, luckily. So I'm happy all the time.
Yes. This is why I listen to our episodes too, because I'm like, just puts me in a good mood.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, who's starting? You starting?
Yeah, I'll start. So howdy, everybody. Welcome to Unsung Sluts. I'm Tabitha.
Hi, everyone. I'm Stacy.
And
we may sound a little different this time because we are practicing the isolation and what's the official word for it now?
Social distancing. Yeah.
Social distancing. Yeah.
We're being socially
So
distant.
we're recording over the internet, which means Tabitha and I are not in the same room, which is sad for us.
It is sad.
But we can see each other because we're also on a Google Hangout, so I can actually see her.
Yes.
And she me.
She looks a little bit like a robot, but it's okay.
I got a little bit of Max Headroom going.
You're
for
like,
sure.
Matt. Yeah.
Max Headroom.
Oh, I love that guy.
Yeah, I did too. That was fun. We don't have our regular microphones and all that, so it may sound a little bit hopefully it sounds good. Hopefully you don't mind how it sounds and it's coming through loud and clear for everyone.
Yeah.
But today we just wanted to record, not really talk about any other famous women other than ourselves. And just to check in, really. Just have a check-in, kind of a nice mental health check-in, and talk a little bit about self-care while we're going through this whole coronavirus thing and not being able to perhaps be in the same proximity as people that you love.
Yeah.
Which is really hard for me. And I know it's hard for Tabitha too. And so we're just having a little get together. This is one of several things that we're going to be doing, actually. We're doing this so you can listen to this, and I have some therapeutic advice for later on. But also, I wanted to tell you that Tabitha and I are going to be hosting just kind of office hours. We're just going to start scheduling them, but I know that we have some listeners from all around the world, and not all of us are on Pacific Standard Time or Daylight Time now.
Mm-hmm.
So just reach out if you want some hours, some office hours, and at different times. What these office hours are, what I'm hoping.
I've been up late since I don't have to get up early for any reason at all.
Yeah. I will if need be. But I'm just going to post links for a Google Hangout. And Tabitha and I, or one of us, or either of us, will just be in that Google Hangout. And if you are lonely or just want to talk, or if you want to vent, or just see new people, we're going to just have a time that we can just hang out together. And I'll be posting those hours on Facebook and Instagram. And then also what we want to do is host some dance parties. Tabitha and I found out that we can play my music through the Google Hangout, and then everyone can hear it and we can all dance, and we can have unlimited people inside these rooms. So that's more of an activity so that we can get some of our energy out and just be together. And then the office hours is more of a quiet time talking it out with each other.
Yeah.
So more information about that will be on our Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's going to be good. We're going to all get to see each other. Come on, Kazakhstan. What's up?
Yeah, Kazakhstan. We got to rock out. Yeah. So I actually went into social distancing about a week before other people did. My husband is high risk. So I've been social distancing for a little over 2 weeks now. We kind of saw this coming. We were following what was going on in Europe and Asia. We're like, oh shit, we need to not be out in the world right now. And then the world kind of caught up, or the rest of the nation kind of caught up. I've been working from home too. My business shut down. I'm still working, but working from home, which is nice.
Yeah, it's we're seeing these videos. I apologize for the sounds. I'm I can't turn off my sounds. Sorry.
That's okay.
Okay. So, we're seeing these messages from Italy, messages to past selves. And I think there's still people out there who are, catching up. But I feel like
Mhm.
it's good that a lot of us are taking the steps and making the sacrifices that we're making, because that'll put a
Mhm.
dent in it. How many, however many of us can be doing it. Both of us are very privileged in the sense that we exist in lives that allow us to take full measures and totally remove ourselves. um, I mean, we
Yeah.
did go for a hike this morning by myself, and practiced distancing. I try to stay away from other hikers, and you know, but I haven't really been. That was the first time I left the house since last week, so
Mhm.
it did feel good to get cold though, like weirdly, because I've been.
Yeah.
I'm at home. There's no point in going outside to the backyard. It's cold out there. You know.
Yeah.
So
We've been taking walks, the boys and I. We
yeah,
take walks pretty much every day, about 2 miles just in our new little neighborhood that's really quiet, and when
yeah.
we see people approaching, we just move to the cat came in. We just move to the other side of the street and wave to them,
Mhm.
and they do the same, like, no one seems offended by it.
Yeah.
What I found really weird is I'm at night, I'm binge watching TV, I'm trying to relax, I'm knitting and just relaxing. And I'll see people in a show from like 1995 and they go to hug or they go to shake hands
Yeah.
and I actually go, "Oh,
Yeah.
like don't do that."
Don't
So
do
it's
that.
I mean, I'm dreaming about it.
Mhm.
It's definitely in my consciousness.
Yeah.
And I think it's gonna be really weird when we all get back together.
I you know
I'm really looking forward
Yes.
to it. I think it's gonna
Yeah.
be a really odd sensation
Yeah.
when I hug someone other than my son or my husband or shake hands again. I think that this namaste thing might become a thing.
Yeah. This is
Anyway, it's amazing that after 2 weeks, it's in my consciousness
yeah.
to not touch. My nails have never been this long in my life.
Yeah.
I'm not, like, chewing my cuticles because 'cause they're not anywhere near my mouth,
Mhm.
and I'm not chewing my nails, I'm actually having to cut my nails with, like, implements.
Yeah. Do you think that it's so we were talking about this earlier. My whole philosophy is like I'm trying to look at this as like a chance to cocoon. And
Mhm.
you know, we already unschool, so for me it's just about like maintaining positive energy in the house and like some kind of structure. We're not turning the TV on because people are joking about like, oh, gamers have been training for this, but I don't want to sit and play. I don't want to use this time that way. You know what I mean?
Right,
I want
yeah.
this to be constructive, and so also that keeps me from getting to like if I sit and watch TV all day, I will get very depressed.
Yeah.
Even
Yeah.
if I'm watching,
Well,
well,
I just finished school too, so I was doing that as well. I just finished my quarter, so now I just have work. I don't have school, and I can do other stuff,
yeah,
like
like this.
record podcasts. Yeah,
Yay!
'cause I
Yeah,
really missed it.
it's good. So do you want to? You have some stuff prepared. I just came here to
Mhm.
chat. So, do you want to? Do you have like a list?
I do. I have a list. I I did 2 things today. I began my day with a webinar that was
Mhm.
put on by this guy who's kind of well known in the financial world. He's really great. I love his stuff. He does these really simple line drawings to explain complex situations or emotions or things in the financial world. And
Mhm.
I really love his stuff. So he said he was going to do this webinar about uncertainty. I
Mhm.
thought, okay, well, I already like him. So now I get to see him. And it was so good. It was him and this other man. I'm not giving out too much information just because I don't know about sharing it yet.
Mhm.
I know that they recorded this And so if I'm allowed to later on, if if we have permission, I'll
Mhm.
just give everyone this recording. Okay. But how it began is you could tell at first it's like, okay, so let's get started with talking. And then the other guy said, how about we just take a breath and like just arrive in this place? And let's just hold this space for a moment to feel what we're feeling.
Mhm.
Let's just stop. And as soon as he said that, and I saw these men, although they're looking into a camera like you and I are right now,
Mhm.
I immediately burst into tears. Like I stopped and I felt what I had been feeling for the last 2 weeks, all the uncertainty,
Yeah.
all the different life, the being away from people that I love. I'm scared for the health of certain people that I know. I'm feeling the emotions for and of my son and for and of my husband. And it was just a lot. And I don't think I had allowed myself to stop and
Yeah.
just kind of be in that moment.
Mhm.
And as soon as they held that space for me, I took it. I mean, my body took it. It was me going, "Wait, why are you crying? What's going on?" And but I was so thankful for that. And this whole webinar, it was about us being there for our clients. There's a lot going on in the financial world too. This is affecting the financial world.
Yeah.
But it has so much to do with each other as well, that we don't know what's going on. As a financial advisor, I don't know what the stock market's going to do tomorrow. I don't. I
Mhm.
can call upon what I do know, and that is history tells me in the last 95 years that the stock market will come back. And when it does, it'll probably do it kind of rapidly at first. Like,
Mhm.
I know that. I can tell my clients that. I can tell you, once we're through with this, life is going to get back to normal. But I don't know what that's going to look like. And I don't know when that's going to happen. But what was great is they said, like, shift from, and moms and dads, I think, can do this too. Shift from being that person that's able to give facts and to say,
Mhm.
like, oh, I know what this is. Don't worry, I got you. I know what this is.
Yeah.
To saying, I'm unsure myself, but I'm going to guide you through it.
So
We're going to
this
find a path
yeah,
for ourselves.
this has been the
We're
hardest
going to
thing
do this.
for Hannah. I have not I have felt that moment, uh, where I let myself really feel, um, but I have not given into it because at the moment, um, particularly Hannah is very uncertain, and I have been clear with her that I can't answer these questions. Will I get it? Will you get it? Will we know somebody who doesn't make it? I can't answer those questions. And I am very honest with my kids. And so it's hard for me to be reassuring in a way that she needs. She doesn't
Yeah.
want me to say, I don't think so. It's unlikely.
Yeah.
She doesn't want to hear those words. She wants to hear, no, everything's going to be fine. And
Yeah.
so for me to let myself really feel what's going on, because like I have other stuff on top of what's going on, and so
Yeah.
there's a lot of layers, and right now our family is not together and cannot be together now. Like,
Yeah.
Jeff is not seeing the kids as much as he could be if we were not in this situation.
Right.
And that sucks for him, and it sucks for them, and it sucks for everything sucks. But
Right.
so I have to kind of like not feel it right now, because if I do, I have to be strong for other people right now, you know? And so, uh, and for myself, also like denial is totally my like jam. So,
Right. Right. Their advice was to kind of get yourself under control
yeah,
so that you don't pass along this anxiety.
yeah,
And how one of the guests described it is doing or social distancing with your anxiety so that the
mhm,
viral fear doesn't
mhm,
infect the other people, you know?
yeah, yeah.
And
So for me,
to
it's like,
remind us that
yeah,
love wins over fear every
yeah,
time.
yeah. For me, it's taking that time to go outside and, I need to go outside. I have to go into the
Yeah.
sun.
No, he said that too. He
Yeah,
called it contemplative practices. He
yeah,
says he goes outside and he throws stones, throws rocks,
yeah.
because 'cause they're heavy. He does not like out of like, "Oh, I'm pissed," throwing stones,
Oh,
but
he
like
throws stones
he
like the
picks up
goddess throws stones.
yeah, yeah, exactly. And then he also exercises, he runs, he meditates, and
Mhm.
all of that is so important. And
Yeah,
this all boils down to fear.
yeah,
We're all scared, and there's an uncertainty in that.
yeah.
But
We all want this
to
infinite
remember that,
knowing. Yeah, we want somebody to tell us it's gonna be okay.
yeah,
Yeah,
but also to remember that compassion heals both sides.
yeah,
And you're already doing that already by saying, "Hey, I need to be with Hannah in a certain way." And you're probably with Brody in maybe a slightly different way. And
yeah,
then you're with me a different way.
yeah,
But the compassion remains,
yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm fucking hella compassionate. I mean,
Oh, I know this. I know this. This is one of the many reasons why I love you. But also to
I got a fucking
remind
heart of
yourself
gold and shit.
remind yourself daily of your
Yeah,
own agency.
yeah,
You know, you've been through, and when I say you, I mean every listener out there, you've been through shit.
yeah.
You know, you have done things that would blow other people away.
Mhm.
Like that's who you are.
You're a survivor.
And yeah, all of us are.
Mhm.
So to try to find something that you do have control over, the smallest thing, and that people are finding kind of a peace in that. Like, I can't control what the government's doing. I can't control what this fucking virus is doing,
Yes, yes.
but I
Yeah.
can make breakfast,
Mhm.
you know, or for some people it may be I can get out of bed.
Yeah,
And maybe people aren't quite there yet,
yeah.
but it's I I can breathe.
Baby steps.
I can
And
breathe.
this
I'm
is
going to
what
take some
yeah,
breaths.
this is what I said to both Hannah and to my niece, who is also, uh, you know, rightfully nervous, and it just as, everybody is,
Mhm.
this is the list of things that you can do, you know?
Yeah.
And this is why the CDC is coming out with this list. It's a simple list. It sounds ridiculous, but it's what you can control. It's what you can do. Wash your hands.
Yeah.
Stay away from people. Stay home if you can. Easy. Just do those
Mhm.
things. That's what you can control. That is how you can impact things. Just do your best, you
Yeah.
know? And try not to touch your face, which is really hard for me. I touch my face apparently like
I
a
know.
lot.
It's really hard. I never realized how much my face kinda itched. Like,
Yes.
I'm a clean person, but I'm just like, "What" like, do I have bugs crawling on me?
I know, and then even when
So
you said that, now I have to scratch my head because so
I
the
know.
oatmeal says and I've been doing so the oatmeal put out, like, a funny thing about, like, not touching your face, and one of the things it said is, "If your face is itching, scratch a different part of your body and just, like, imagine it's your face."
Wonder if that would work.
It kind of
I
works.
don't know. That's kinda weird, like, I'm scratching my hip right now
Yeah, so I've been scratching my shoulders because
instead of,
it's
like, the
closer
side
to
of
my
my
face
nose.
instead of the side of my nose, which is like
Huh,
and then you said that, and now the side of my nose really feels like I need to touch it.
okay. Um, so a couple more thoughts on just this webinar.
Okay,
He
yeah.
said when it boils down to it, we need 3 things. We need to love and be loved. We need interior and exterior safety, and to we need to belong. We need the feeling of belonging.
Mhm.
And right now what's really fucking with us is our sense of safety.
Mhm.
So that's what we have to try to, I don't know, get comfortable with the uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I don't know. That
Well,
just sounds like horrible advice.
I mean, this is the thing.
It's not that
You're
simple.
never
I'm not
really
being blasé.
safe. No, That's the thing. So this part of this situation is a little bit easier for me because, like we talked about before we started, I have anxiety disorder, and I have de- diagnosed depression. So uh, I normally am afraid of germs. I normally am
Right.
afraid of people. So
Right.
there are certain aspects of this that are like it's comfortable, the uncertainty. I always feel like that. Or I
Okay.
often feel like that. I don't always feel like that. I'm working. Anyway, I'm getting better. Things are getting better. Uh,
You are. Look, I recognize that.
you know,
Absolutely.
I'm a work in progress, under construction. Um, but the thing is, like, so to me, that uncertainty is a comfortable spot because I always see the world as uncertain. You know, to me, there's always a chance when I shake someone's hand, I'm going to get some horrible disease, even
I've
though
never
that's
been
not
like
true.
that.
And so that's why it's interesting because now I'm right, and I
Yeah.
know how to be right. Like,
Yeah. Of course you're right.
you know,
Yeah.
so it's
Yeah.
kind of interesting to it does, like, it is hard not going out because even if I don't socialize with people, I like to be around people. I love
Yeah.
walking around the mall. I don't shop. I'm a total mall rat. Like, I might get a
Yeah.
coffee or something, but I like to just walk around the mall and listen to
Mhm.
people and look at sparkly things, you know?
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, that part is hard. There are things that, well, my son and I love to play Pokemon Go together, and every weekend we go to a new place just to walk around and talk and play Pokemon Go.
Yeah.
It's not really about the game, you
Yeah.
know, it's about doing that with him. So we're trying to do that just in our neighborhood. But yeah, we need to be together. We as a species, we need to be together. That's what's healing, which is why we're doing office hours.
Yeah.
Excuse me, and why we're doing the dance party.
Yeah,
So
I'm super excited about dance party.
hopefully hopefully we can
I'm
do
all
that.
about dancing.
You need to put together a song list, okay?
Ooh,
Otherwise, I'm just gonna do
although
like
now my song
Spotify or
list is
something.
like, so I don't know about you, but during the a regular day in my normal life, quote unquote, I've kind of grown
Mhm.
out of the habit of, like, when I was a teen and in my 20s, I would listen to music all day long. Like, there would always be music on, and then at some point that changed to where I was only really listening to music in the car or like at a party, but I'm starting to listen to music again. And
Mhm.
my musical taste has not really changed since the 90s. So I'm listening to,
Yes, I know. I drive with you.
so yeah. And I'm listening
And
to,
you're more of a '90s baby, and I'm more of an '80s baby.
yeah,
There's a little bit of a generation gap between us sometimes.
it's, but it's okay. I'm exposing you to the better
Of course
generation.
it's okay.
Hang on. I'm
I
trying.
listen to only Broadway shit anyway. I mean, it's
Uh,
hard to be on my wavelength with music anyway.
no, I mean, I'm familiar with Broadway. I have a relationship, passing relationship
I
with
know.
Broadway.
I know. I'm always inflicting it on you.
There's some of it that I really love though, so it's fine.
Some
Carry
of the
on.
stuff that I show you is really fucking great, right?
Yeah, like, dude, I can't wait to see Six and Hadestown and, like, fucking, are you kidding? That shit's gonna be
Once
dope.
on this island.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right? It's gonna
Yeah.
be awesome.
It soothes my soul. Like I'm seriously, if I'm not binge watching Ally McBeal right now, I'm looking at just Broadway stuff on YouTube.
Yeah,
It heals my soul.
yeah, that's
So
good.
speaking of healing your soul,
Yeah.
there was an article where they asked therapists advice for
Oh yeah. Okay.
patients' coronavirus anxieties.
Okay.
So this is just a bullet point takeaway, and I'll post these. Therapeutic advice for COVID-19 anxiety.
Okay.
Find new ways to connect with coworkers, friends, and family. That's what we're doing right now.
Yep.
Um, like you were saying earlier, we're lucky we live in the age that you're miles away from me and I'm looking right at you.
Yeah.
And we're able to talk, we're able to do stuff. We got a dance party coming up. We're going to have a Google Hangout for all of our kids to get together and
Yes.
fuck around.
Yes.
But there's so much you can do. You know, you can play, we could totally play a game. We could play a card game. We
Yeah.
could, the other night we watched Younger together. I
Yeah.
just played it. I screen shared and we watched an episode just like we always do.
Yep.
So get creative, but definitely find new ways to connect. I was thinking about starting to handwrite some letters. The only reason I didn't, I feel bad for our mail carriers. Like, I
Yeah.
feel like I'm burdening them if I'm like, hey, take this letter to Tabitha. And by the way, it has all my germs on it.
Yeah. I'm
So
feeling the same way about
I
ordering.
really like the, but the impetus was there. I'm like, oh, I'm going to write Tabitha a letter, like old school, like, back in Pride and Prejudice. I'm going to write her a
We
letter
can
because I
write
can't see her.
we can write letters and then save them and spray them with Lysol, and then, well, it depends. If you don't get sick, then
Then
you
I'm
probably
okay.
are gonna be okay.
It's that there's still so much up in the air, hence
Yeah, we don't
anxiety.
really know.
Okay, number two.
Also, literally, it's in the air.
Yeah,
Actually, it's heavy. What's his name? Sanjay Gupta, Dr. Sanjay Gupta said that it attaches. It's not like some illnesses which will attach to dust particles and hang in the air. It goes down. So that's actually like it's not.
like the greedy whore it is.
Yeah. I mean, did you see all those little suckers on it? It's like that's the
Yeah,
sound of slurping
yeah,
glue.
yeah. Number two, going on with our advice.
Ah,
Number two is keep your daily routine as consistent as possible. The look you're making.
somebody
What?
somebody was trying to hack into my laptop. It was
Oh,
like a
the Russians? You get messages from beyond?
it was like a BIOS update. Okay, yeah. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah. So keep your routine, your daily routine as consistent as possible. I'm
Yeah,
trying to do this. God, I'm so thankful that I have this house that we just moved into and I have my own little office.
yeah,
But more than that, like I said, the apartment we were living in was such a horrible place to just exist. I can't imagine being sequestered there. And
yeah,
not because I'd be in a smaller place with my boys. I'd be absolutely fine with that. I could be in a shoebox with them. But this place was so horrible and made our lives so miserable. Also, we broke the lease to get out of there.
yeah.
Had we stayed for as long as we were supposed to, we would have been moving last weekend. Can
Oh,
you imagine? I mean,
yeah.
so many things fell into like the right place. So now I do get up at the same time as I would normally go to work and I come into my office
Mhm.
and I'm keeping my same hours.
Yeah,
And that felt good, like kind of normal. But that's what therapists say, if you're kind of feel like you're spiraling, try to keep the same daily routine. Number
yeah,
3, which I do think is important, number 3, focus on what you can control instead of what you can't.
yeah,
And you and I talked about this earlier.
yeah.
There's so much that we can't control, but we can wash our hands
Yep.
and we can try our best not to touch our face.
Yes.
And we we can try to do other things that make us happy. Um,
Yeah,
I'm hoping that everyone can still find it in them to be kind to the people that they are isolated with. And if they do go out into the world, to be kind to those people too.
yeah,
But focus on what you can control. There's a lot of strength in that. There's a lot that you can pull from by focusing.
yeah.
I guess I already kind of said number 4, be extra gentle with yourself. Do what you can.
Mhm.
Okay. Even our CEO said that. He's like, if you can work your normal hours, awesome. If you need to take some time for yourself, you should do that too.
Yeah,
Yeah. So, number 5, cut back on your media exposure. If you find it's just really becoming burdensome,
yeah,
the constant 24-hour news cycle that just never ends, and it's hard. because
Yeah.
I was stuck in. I'm kind of a news hound myself,
Mhm.
and someone said today in one of our meetings that there's nothing you're going to find in hour 7 that you didn't find in the first 23 minutes.
Mhm.
Breaking news being the exception.
Yeah.
So if you find it that you're just kind of overloaded with these messages, carve some time out in the morning to do Twitter and the Facebook kind of newsy stuff,
Mhm.
not just like catching up with friends, CNN or whatever
I
for,
do, yeah, I do
20
BBC.
minutes.
I hit up
There
BBC
you go.
and CNN when I first get up, and then,
Mhm.
I mean, if something pops up on Facebook, I might see it, but I try not to really even, like, spend too much time there either.
I follow some good people on Twitter, and then I have it set to notifications on them, and they're
Mhm.
pretty judicious with what they're putting out. It's not like, oh my god, this small thing happened. They're pretty good about, yeah, this is a big fucking deal. You need to pay attention to this right now.
Yeah.
So I wait to get those, and then maybe I'll go look. But I'm trying to look just 3 times a day now because I was on a constant like the
Yeah.
rat hitting the cocaine
Oh,
button.
I mean, I wasn't just because I was also reading, like, articles, translated articles from Italy, anything that I could get out of China, which isn't much, just, like, mostly because I feel empowered the more that I know, particularly
Absolutely.
when it comes to illness. You know me,
Yeah,
I grew up with a nurse, I have some interest in medicine, and so to me, it's like knowing exactly how to prepare should somebody become sick, and obviously, like, we're socially distant and we're,
mhm,
isolating ourselves, particularly since I wasn't very concerned at first, much like a lot of people in Italy who kind of were
yeah,
like, oh, it doesn't sound so bad and it's so far away and there's only like 2 cases. What's the big deal? And I went to Disneyland, and now
yeah,
I'm
you did.
like legitimately concerned that I exposed myself and my kids to potentially become carriers, that I invited friends to join me that may have, like, it now looking back, it feels like it was really, cavalier and stupid and selfish, you know.
I should have pushed harder on you because
I
I
and
didn't go.
you didn't go, and I was like, "Oh, I get it. Tim is like, blah blah blah, but it's no big deal." And I was even making jokes saying like, if I go down, at least I went to Disneyland one more time.
Yeah.
And now looking back, it's like, I should have been more thoughtful about my actions,
Yeah.
you know?
Well, we were seeing those reports specifically coming out of Italy about how the hospitals were being overrun,
Yeah,
and unfortunately, they were having to decide who gets the ventilators, and it scared us. We're not trying to live in fear, but we went, oh well, that would suck. What can we do? What
yeah,
can you control? And I
yeah,
said, well, we can control not going out. I mean, they're starting to do the social distancing there. Maybe we'll be ahead of the curve.
yeah.
And I felt so stupid telling you I'm not going to Disneyland because of COVID,
I don't
because I just felt like,
it didn't feel
it
stupid
was for your
to me. It's
birthday.
like it felt like you were being a little overly cautious, but now looking back, particularly since while we were at Disneyland, as the day went on, it began to be very clear the seriousness of the situation.
Yeah.
And, like, I mean, we had hand sanitizer with us and we washed our hands at every I mean, we were already doing those things,
Of
you know.
course.
And but I was making jokes about it all day, you know.
Yeah.
And now looking back, it's like, ah, I should have, like I said, I should have been more thoughtful in my actions. And I hope that this is something that Asian cultures have a leg up on us. That when you're sick, you stay home, and if you're not at home, you wear a mask. And I hope that this is something that we can learn from this and move forward and kind of change some of our behaviors, because in the future if we are cautious and we live in a more cautious way, we can see a drop in the flu. We can see a drop in the common cold if people cover
Yeah,
themselves,
that's
they
a good
take
point.
precautions, and I'm
If
hopeful
they're
that
sick,
that's
not just not just to always wear a mask unless you have, a health issue that, of course, requires it, then yeah, you should do that.
no,
But
I'm saying wearing the mask when you're sick.
right, but not when you're healthy.
Yeah,
In fact, there's a doctor that I just read who
yeah,
says he doesn't have his kids even wear a mask out because they're constantly fiddling with it and
yeah,
touching their face. So if you're sick, that's what it's for. It's the barrier for if you're sick. It's not
exactly,
the other way around.
and that's what I'm saying.
And
That
yeah.
people will learn that behavior because we have a lot of people who are forced to go to work when they're sick, people in the service industry. I went to last week, the last time that I was out and I went to Starbucks, there was a woman working the window who openly complained to her fellow employees that she had a fever and was not feeling well. She was
Oh
handling
my god.
food.
Yeah.
This
Jesus.
behavior should be discouraged no matter what is going around.
Yeah.
And
No, absolutely.
that's my hope that people will learn from this and adopt new habits. We probably should not be shaking hands or even high-fiving. High-fiving transmits just as many germs, you
Yeah, they
know?
said 50%.
So,
50% from a handshake.
yeah.
Handshake is 100%, high five 50. And then the last one said flipping people off, none.
Flipping people off, you
I'm
get
trying to
them,
bring people together. I'm trying to bring people together, so we're
but
not
I
doing
like
that.
bowing. I
Uh,
like bowing. I like live long and prosper. I like a
yeah,
thumbs up, just like
I like a good thumbs
standard
up. Yeah,
good thumbs up.
yeah,
Can't go wrong, you know?
right.
It's gonna be like Prisoner, "Be seeing you." Do you remember
Yeah,
that
that's right.
from the '60s?
Yeah,
From a long time
yeah.
ago?
What's the last one that I say? Was it media exposure?
Media yeah, less limit media exposure, which is so
If
hard, it's
yeah, just
election
for
year
self-care.
too.
Oh,
Yes.
I know, it's so hard. Keep things in perspective. Did I say that one yet?
No, but
This
that's
is the
good.
next to last one.
Yeah.
Keep things in perspective, which is really easy for me to do right now. Like I just said, just the fact that I'm in this room that I'm in right now, I feel so lucky.
Yeah.
3 years ago, my family and I were, for all intents and purposes, homeless. I can't imagine going through this and being homeless. There was a time that I was living at my dad's in Idaho and Tim was still here in LA. This sort of shit could have happened then and I wouldn't even have my husband with me.
Yeah.
It's there's I'm in a good job. I'm still able to work. There's so much I'm so thankful for. It's it's just now dealing with the kind of anxiety that comes with the uncertainty. I
Yeah.
almost wish that this was, oh, this is going to sound horrible. I wish this was something more tangible like a
Like an
terrorist attack.
earthquake. Oh, terrorist attack?
Yeah,
Yeah.
if it was something like, I don't know, this is stupid for me to even say because I haven't been in any of these situations.
Mhm.
But as I was out, when I did have to go out for supplies, I'm like, a little fucking COVID could be on me right now and I don't even know it. But
Mhm.
if a masked man, if a burglar came in, I could see that fucker and I could do something or I would know he's there.
Yeah.
I could see the threat in front of me and then make a decision on my next move. But those little fucking COVIDs, they could be all over me and I don't even know it. And I'm looking at my fellow men saying, stay the fuck away from me because you could have a COVID too.
Yeah.
And that is so, I can't fight microscopic. It's not tangible enough for me. But other than that, I'm like the best case scenario of my worst case scenario.
Mhm.
That's my perspective. And
Yeah.
and that goes with saying that there are people out there that are having a really hard time right now. I'm really worried for a homeless population because
Yeah.
those are people, in case people forget, those are people. Every time Tim and I interact with a homeless person, I leave and I say, that's someone's Kent. and my sons can't.
Yeah.
That's someone's baby,
Yeah.
and I would want some if Kent were out on the street, I would want someone to treat him with dignity,
Yeah.
that sort of stuff. I'm worried for the people in bad health. I'm worried for my friend Henrietta.
Yeah.
She's up in Canada. Something like this could be very harmful to her. I'm worried for Tim's mom and dad. I'm worried for my dad. My mom doesn't have lungs.
Yeah.
She because of her other lung ailments, a regular cold could kill her.
Yeah.
She has like a couple inches of lung tissue in her body. That's it, like square inches of
Yeah.
lung tissue. So I'm worried for people, but I'm trying to keep it in perspective that look, we're doing our part, we're doing what we can.
Yeah.
I'm trying to reach out to people and hold a space for them that they can talk to us, when we're going to do hangouts and stuff. And
Mhm.
otherwise, just try to find stuff that people can do to keep themselves healthy, mentally and physically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I told Hannah that this must be similar to what it's like in regions where they experience blizzards and like get snowed in for weeks at
Sure.
a time. Because here in
If
California,
the snow was made out of like acid or
the snow
something.
is made out of disease.
Yeah.
And it snows inside and it doesn't melt. It sticks on things. But just in the sense, I mean, because
Right.
for Brody, he is very interested in World War II in particular. So when it
Yeah.
came to like discussing the food situation with him, it's kind of like he knows about rationing. And
Mhm.
so, I went out and I stocked up for at least 2 weeks. I don't really want to go out sooner than that if possible.
Yeah.
And I told the kids, like, look, things are fucking people are getting a little freaked out there, and shit's going down, and we got what we've got, and we're gonna ration.
Mhm.
It's the fresh stuff is gonna go quickly, and then you're gonna have
Mhm.
to move on and adjust your expectations. Things are gonna
Yeah.
be a little different right now. And, I mean, this is where it reminds me of the earthquake because,
Oh,
I was
yeah, yeah.
I was about Hannah's age, uh, during the earthquake. I had just turned 14. So, or I was just about to turn 14, actually.
Yeah, I was in
So
college.
you were in college.
I was married with 3 kids when you were 14.
Damn. So, I had not even had my first kiss yet, and,
Me neither.
But that's what it kind of reminded me of is like we couldn't really get food at
Yeah.
first, and so we had to kind of eat what we had and make do. And um, I did when I went shopping because part of me was like I still kind of wanted to have my party on Sunday.
Mhm.
Like, oh well, it's a small. If I turn it into a small gathering of like 10 people, but then the more that I read, the more it was like I can't control whether or not they're self-isolating, which means if they come here, it's like, you know what I mean? It just
You
like
might as well not. You might as well just go out.
but
Yeah.
exactly. But because of that, I bought a lot of like party food,
Oh,
including
yeah.
like a couple jars of caviar and some like really good choice cheeses. And so I'm eating really good right now. Like
That's
because
awesome.
I'm only one person. Let me tell you, I had some dill eggs with caviar for breakfast yesterday, and that shit was fucking good.
You're roughing it, girl.
Oh, dude, like because I wanted to make sure I also got like like goodies for the kids and stuff because I didn't want it to feel like it was all going to be rice and beans at first because eventually it might be rice and beans. Well,
Yeah,
you
eventually,
know,
yeah.
and
Yeah,
so
us
I
too.
have rice and beans and they're put aside and they're for a last resort.
Mhm.
And until then, the freezer is full of chimichangas and
Yeah. I got a
you
lot of
know
comfort food for Kent,
Yeah,
definitely.
yeah,
The stuff that I know, because he's not a real sweet tooth type of guy, but
yeah,
there are some things he allows himself to have when we're on vacation at my dad's, and I
mhm,
bought those things.
yeah,
Because this is hard. I check in with him constantly because he, in the past, has had anxiety,
yeah.
and he seems to be doing fine. He says he's doing fine. He's just studying for the high school proficiency exam so
Oh,
he can
nice,
do that when he turns 16. Yeah.
nice.
And he studies like every day, like it's a job. He just goes to work and studies that and Spanish and Norwegian. He's studying those. And then all his other geopolitical bullshit that he studies.
Mhm.
Yeah. Stuff that goes way over my head.
My kids have not Birdie is, he had an appointment today, it was good. But yeah, he's stressing. More
Yeah.
just about, like, the human reaction to the situation than to like, he's not worried about getting it because he knows he's read the same articles I have read and feels
Yeah.
secure in his youth, you know?
Yeah.
But, there are other things. Han is really the one that's it's just it's allowed us time with no excuses. Like,
Yeah.
there's kind of this social, expectation that for us to be social, you know?
Yeah.
And that, like, if park day comes up, we have to have a
Hmm.
legitimate reason not to go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even though sometimes you don't necessarily want to go. So right now it's
Yeah.
allowed us some time to be at home. We're not sick.
Yeah.
A lot of the time when you do stay home like this, it's because you are sick. We're not sick right now. We're well.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
we live in, it's 2020. We have every kind of entertainment at our fingertips. We have game
Yeah. Really.
systems. We have all of the movies we could watch. We have a backyard. You know, we can make the best of this and have a great time just together, just the three of us.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
she's definitely taking advantage of the same thing that I am, which is video chatting with friends, which is like makes me feel like I live in Star Trek future.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Well, I have one more of the
Okay.
therapeutic advice, and that's
Sorry if
it.
you can feel free to edit me down.
No, no, I'm not gonna edit any of this, actually. I think it's
Oh, okay.
a good because it feels more conversational.
It
I just
is.
have one more.
Okay.
Know that a little bit of anxiety isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's an evolutionary thing.
Mhm.
Um, when we were cave people and kind of sitting around the fire and heard a weird noise or a growl, it made us anxious. It heightened our awareness, it slowed things down, and it made us focus on what's important. Anxiety can get to be a little overwhelming, but there is a reason for it. So, like we were saying, I'm not diagnosed with an anxiety disorder. I do have anxiety.
Mhm.
So I would probably be on, I hate this word, the normal spectrum.
Mhm.
Well, how should I say that? Because normal is a fucking horrible word, but
Uh,
I
I guess it's
non-diagnosed.
neurotypical?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Neurotypical.
Neurotypical. That's it.
Yeah.
Yes. So I'm more on that side. I never had anxiety. I was like a dog. I so lived like in the moment. I didn't have anxiety till my late 30s, early 40s.
Yeah.
And then it got to be pretty bad. Like I had my first panic attack at like age 44 or something dumb.
That's scary because it
Um,
feels like a heart attack. Did yours feel like a
I
heart
knew what
attack?
it was. No, no. I was
Oh,
just like, this doesn't feel good. What is this? Oh, I wonder if this is a panic attack.
nah.
Oh, that's kind of cool. It's like this is weird. Like I can't breathe.
Mhm.
Um, that's a new thing for me. I wonder if this is what a panic attack feels like. Oh, I think I'm having a panic attack. okay, I just need to relax.
See, that's how you
And
know
that's
you
what
don't
I
have
do.
anxiety, because when I have a panic attack, I think I'm having a heart attack, and then I make myself worse
Yeah.
because I
Yeah.
convince
So I
myself
get
I'm
that.
having a heart attack.
Yeah. But I think that
I
what
think
that
that's
sentence,
it.
what the therapists are saying is,
Yeah.
if you're feeling anxiety right now, that's because this is an anxious time.
Yeah. It's totally
And,
legitimate to
go easy
feel.
on yourself. Go easy. Like if you're like, I can't believe I'm freaking out. Well, I can.
Yeah.
I can totally believe anyone's freaking out.
Yeah.
But, you know, hopefully there are things that you can do just to make yourself feel good. I'm not saying let the anxiety go away. It's there for a reason. It's there because things are scary. It's there because your body says, I need to protect myself. Like there's something bad happening. Even if you don't have the virus, even if you're not sick, there's a lot going on. There's a lot of uncertainty. So I would say just as much as you can practice self-care and care of others
Yeah.
and do some of the other stuff that we talked about today and come to our dance party. When do you think we should do the dance
Yeah.
party?
To immediately tomorrow.
Well, they won't know about it. Okay, so tomorrow, if we release this
Yeah.
Wednesday, the 18th of March,
Okay.
like midnight, which is in 2 hours.
Okay. How
So
about like we're
Wednesday
all
night, like I can start the dance party at like 6 p.m.
should we do a
and
weekend?
just, I think a weekend does well,
Yeah.
but selfishly, I don't want to wait till the weekend to have a dance party.
Yeah, I can feel that.
But I also feel like even if we don't do a dance party, like if we are just doing office hour type stuff, or we can take the temperature of the room. If we actually get people in the
Yeah,
room, we
if
can
we're
say,
all
what do you guys want?
chilling and it turns into
Yeah.
a dance party,
Yeah.
I mean,
Then
I'm all for
shit
that.
happens.
Yeah,
Shit happens.
yeah.
Why don't we say
Oh, we should get
Wednesday?
Jess on here to do some angelic rituals.
Oh, that'd be fun. We can totally live stream that.
Yeah, that'd
Um,
be fun.
why don't we say Wednesday and Friday night
Okay,
that we'll have office hours starting around 6 o'clock Pacific time, 6
okay,
p.m. And we'll just hang. I mean, I might be eating dinner. We're just going to hang. It's like we're all in the same room together.
cool.
Okay. And if people want to show up, if they need to talk, if they need to vent, if they just need to close the door and have the kids on one side of it and them on the other and have some adult time, we're up for it. And we'll put that and the link to this room on Instagram and Facebook.
Awesome.
And you can email us at unsungslutspodcast@gmail.com if you want me to just send you the link. We can do that too.
If they don't want to socialize with other people, well, that's the whole point. You're
No,
trying to
no, no, it's
socialize with
just the
other
link.
people.
It's if they don't have Facebook or if they don't have Instagram, but they still want the link to get to the room, I can email it to them
Like
directly.
old people? I'm just kidding.
Old
I'm not
people are
anti-old
fun,
people.
dude.
Old people are fine.
I met the most amazing woman. She's a friend of my father-in-law. She's turning 90 this week.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm actually going to, if I can ever talk to her again. Oh, maybe I'll interview her over the phone like you and I right now.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, you told me about
she
her.
grew up in yeah. She has some amazing World War II memories that I don't want to spoil because her stories are off the fucking hook. She's a walking history book. I love her. Her name is Olga.
Love that name. That's great.
Yeah. No, she's amazing.
So, um, what other? So you're doing a lot of, I think, the same things that I'm doing for self care. What
Mhm.
other, like? So the other night I took like the longest shower I've taken in months and shaved everything. And
Nice.
well, not everything. I mean, I'm not a child. And put on some satin jammies and put my hair
Yeah.
in curlers. And so Hannah and I, we've been having kind of like slumber party nights because particularly at night, she's getting anxious and like I said,
Mhm.
like things are. whatever. And so we've been doing like experimenting with things that we normally wouldn't, like looks. So like
Mhm.
hair and like doing crazy makeups and things like that because no one's going to see us. And a friend of mine, Crystal Faith, who hopefully will listen to this, um, she also has been talking about doing something kind of dramatic with her style because like let's face it, like there are plenty of women out there who are like me, like I guess I used to be classified as like a tomboy or whatever, but like yeah, I like sparkly nail polish and sometimes I like to do my hair and whatever. Like it's fine. We're allowed to
Yeah.
be whoever we want to be. So, I would love to hear from people who are taking the opportunity while they're kind of in isolation to do like crazy things that they've always wanted to do. Just because I think it's fun. Like, so Hannah and I both
Why
ended
don't you write that? Yeah, write it on Facebook, like, as a prompt.
okay.
Like, post below what you're doing.
Okay,
I
yeah.
think that's great.
Because I
People
think
can
it's
show
a
up
lot
and
of
post.
fun. Like, we're doing fun recipes and we're playing games and it's like what are you doing to what because ultimately right now if you are able to stay home you are getting to choose what do you really like. This is something my therapist is constantly asking me. What do you want? What do you like? And this is an opportunity for all of us to kind of look inside and remember what did
Yeah,
we do in our
slow
room by
down.
ourselves when we had nothing to do on Friday nights and where we were 15. What did you do?
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean? Because, like, I am
yeah.
cable, so there's
Ah,
what did you do? Did you, like what was your favorite album that you sang loudly to badly, you know?
yeah,
For
I
me,
love
it's
that. I
been
am doing that. I went back to into my Broadway stuff. That's
I've been
exactly what I'm doing.
Fiona Apple, Sneaker Pimps, Tori Amos, like, Hannah is looking at me like I'm a crazy person.
I know Tori Amos.
Oh, Sneaker
That's the
Pimps you
only
gotta
artist.
check out too. Come on,
Oh,
and
no, I
Apple
even
Shadow Boxer? Come on, you know.
I don't know that I know.
You know
But,
Fiona Apple.
I know Fiona Apple.
You know Fiona.
I might know one song.
You know Sneaker Pimps too. I'm sure you've heard Sneaker Pimps and you'll hear it and you'll be like, "Oh, yeah.
Okay, yeah, we'll share it with me like I shared Turkey Lurkey Time with you last night.
Yes, I will never forget Turkey Lurkey Time." That lady's head
With,
is like on some kind of spring or something.
Donna McKechnie.
Oh
Kent calls her Donna McNeckney because
my
her
god.
neck is wild. Yeah, she's an amazing dancer and singer. Old school.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm glad we talked.
Yeah, this is
That felt
good.
good.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
good times. Solitude is my thing,
Trying.
I have to tell you. Oh man, smelling the wet grass and like feeling
Oh,
my
yeah.
cold cheeks. Oh, so good. I want to like go again right now. Hannah.
Oh my gosh, I meant to tell you, Mark Maron liked my tweet.
Oh, that's awesome.
He's one of my favorite people in the world. I've had a crush on him since I was 15.
Did you tell him that? Was that your tweet? And he liked it, and he was like,
No, 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 I was complimenting something else, but you know how many people tweet back at him. I never expected him to like my tweet, and he did, and it made
"That's
my
so
day.
cool." Yeah, I
Yeah, that
totally.
was
Yeah, when Kevin Smith liked my tweet, I was like, I
oh,
think I
yeah.
made a Facebook post about Kevin Smith like, 'cause I was so excited. I was like,
I should
"Oh
do
my
that.
god, I'm
I've
famous."
talked with, Neil Gaiman over Twitter. We
That's
had an
awesome.
actual conversation. So him and Mark Maron, those are my Twitter claim to fame.
That's
That's
cool.
about
Yeah.
it. It's the small
Counts.
things in life.
I feel like it counts. I feel like right now, like since that's how we're all communicating with each other, it's like all on the same level. So it's like you're friends with them.
Absolutely.
Like if I
Absolutely.
ever meet Kevin Smith, I'll be like, "Hey, remember when you liked my tweet?"
That's right.
And he'll be like, "No,
No, no. Nice
no." And
try.
you are, and you're with, and
Yeah.
this is in regards to what is that from? That's from something. I just
That's from
stole from
something.
material.
Totally, totally. All right. I
I'm
think
gonna
we
take
bug
a
these
bubble
people
bath.
enough.
Just kidding, I don't have a bathtub. I'm
I
gonna take
do,
a
but I
bubble
don't like
shower.
baths. It's like ball soup.
I
I
will
don't have
only take
balls,
a
but
bath if I have already washed. Like, I will take a shower
mhm.
and then take a bath for, like, the relaxation purposes of it, right? Or like a
I
ba
might do
like
the
a bath
opposite.
bomb or something,
Yeah, I'll do the
and then
opposite. I'll
I'll
take
rinse
a
it
bath
off
and
again.
then I'll rinse off, take a
Oh,
shower.
see, no, because then there's, like, if you have not showered beforehand and you get into a bath, there is a chance that you're gonna get poop water in your mouth.
What kind of baths are you taking?
Okay, if you're in the bath and water like, what if I, like, put my arm down in the water too much? There's gonna be water splashing. It's gonna splash on my face. It's poop water because my
I don't
butt
know.
is in the tub. So if I wash my butt first before I get in
That's
the
true.
tub, but
All
then I
right.
still have to rinse off after. It's a
Look,
waste
I'm
of
not saying
water.
you're wrong. I'm not saying you're wrong.
It just feels like a waste of water. I mean,
It
occasionally
does.
it's nice.
It all
Just
feels
a
like
bath
a
bomb.
waste of water. I'll tell you though, this new place, my shower, the water comes out so fast. I'm super afraid of like losing a nipple in there.
Don't you hate that when it hits? You turn the
It
wrong
hits
angle.
just right. Oh my god, it's like
Oh my god.
it'd be bouncing off the walls like a little eraser. So I have to protect myself in there. I have to wear like a bra when I
Bullet
shower.
you could just wear those,
Bulletproof.
like no, you know
That's
what you
right.
need?
The Janet Jackson things, the
Oh my
pasties.
god. Brilliant. I was gonna say the same thing. You have a great mind. It's obvious.
High five.
High five.
All right.
No, 50% germs!
We're not even in the same room.
Still,
Okay.
it's the thought that counts.
The thought that gave me the germs. All right.
No, it's like that girl who got never mind. One
Don't.
who got pregnant from, like, the
No.
food.
No. No. All right, everyone. If you hung on with us this far, thank you so much.
I touched my face.
You did. Stop touching your face. All right. Hey, everyone. I really hope that you're out there being safe. I hope you're okay. I hope your family's okay. I hope you remain that way. I hope you don't go stir crazy. Feel free to contact us at any time. We can set up maybe some personalized office hours for you if you just need someone to talk to. Um, Keep in mind that we're thinking about you, even if we don't know you, because we're just kind of thinking about everyone.
Yep.
So
We're all in this
stay safe.
together. The whole
Yeah,
globe, wherever
stay
you
safe.
are in the world, that to me is like when you talk about perspective,
Yeah,
we're all in this together everywhere.
yeah, yeah,
Humanity will
yeah,
beat COVID-19. We're just going to like punch it in its little suckers,
yeah. Kick it in the balls.
kick it in the
Yeah.
fucking balls.
Well, everyone, take care of yourselves and take care of each other. And if you can find time after that, try to stay as slutty as you can. All right, everyone.
But
We
like
love you.
only on video, okay, you guys?
Only on video. Yeah. Not out in the streets.
No, it's
All right,
all
everyone.
about Google let it hang out.
All right. On that, we love you all. Take care. Bye bye.